The figure of Ilona Staller, better known as Cicciolina, has left a unique mark on the history of art, politics, and activism. This woman, born in Hungary in 1951, became one of the most controversial and multifaceted figures of popular culture in Italy and, by extension, in the world. Throughout her career, Cicciolina was not only a famous pornographic actress, but she also ventured into politics, becoming a deputy in the Italian parliament, which positioned her as a unique figure who broke barriers between art, entertainment, and politics. In this story, we will explore Cicciolina's origin, her rise to fame, her controversies, and her legacy, which continues to make her a figure of interest to this day. Ilona Staller was born on November 26, 1951 in Budapest, Hungary. From an early age, he showed a great inclination for art and entertainment. Like many artists who moved to other countries in search of new opportunities, he decided to move to Italy in the 1970s. At that time, Italy was experiencing a great cultural and artistic effervescence, which offered fertile ground for people with ambitious dreams. Like Ilona's, in the early 1970s, Ilona Staller began working as a model, and little by little she entered the world of cinema. It was then that she adopted the stage name Cicciolina, a combination of Cicci, a cute nickname in Italian, and Lina, a common diminutive. Although her career in art house films and as a model made her popular, it was her foray into the pornographic industry that catapulted her to fame. Cicciolina, an icon of adult cinema. Cicciolina's figure began to be recognized in Italy in the late 70s and early 80s, when she became one of the most famous actresses in adult cinema. His provocative image and extroverted personality helped him become a benchmark for erotic cinema in Europe, especially in Italy, where he achieved international notoriety. Throughout her career in the pornographic industry, Cicciolina was known not only for her physical beauty, but also for her uninhibited attitude and her ability to challenge the social norms of the time. She became a symbol of sexual liberation, empowering women, and promoting the idea that sexuality should be treated without taboos or shame. However, his time in adult cinema was not simply a search for superficial fame. Cicciolina used her career to challenge the social norms of the time and open a debate about sexuality in society. Her work, controversial as it was, led many people to question traditional expectations about female sexuality and the role of women in the entertainment industry. Despite her success in adult films, Cicciolina was not content to simply be a figure in the world of entertainment. Her worldview and political interests led her to enter the political arena. In 1987, Cicciolina's figure took a radical turn when she decided to run for a position in the Italian parliament. His candidacy, presented as part of the political movement Party of Love, was an unexpected and, in many ways, disruptive proposal. Cicciolina used her provocative image to draw attention to issues such as peace, women's rights, and the fight against censorship. His campaign was a mix of political activism and entertainment, and did not go unnoticed. During her campaign, Cicciolina used her fame as an actress to publicize her proposals, making politics more accessible and less intimidating to the public. In 1987, Cicciolina achieved what seemed unthinkable. She was elected to the Italian parliament. His victory was a surprise to many and a sign that the worlds of politics and entertainment could, in some cases, merge. In her role as a deputy, Cicciolina promoted a series of laws that advocated for women's rights, the legalization of prostitution, and the right of people to freely live their sexuality without judgment or stigma. Although Cicciolina's political career was brief, his legacy in Italian politics and popular culture has endured. It was a symbol of rebellion and a reminder that politics does not always have to follow traditional norms. Throughout her political career, Cicciolina advocated for a change in mentality and broke down the barriers that separated entertainment and politics. Throughout her career, she also dedicated herself to fighting for women's rights and promoting sexual freedom. Her activism allowed her to give visibility to issues such as prostitution, feminism, and censorship. In an Italian society that was still grappling with strict conservative norms, Cicciolina presented herself as a figure who defended the idea that women should have the right to decide about their bodies and their lives without fear of the judgment of others. Despite criticism, Cicciolina managed to remain a media figure and continued to influence social debate in Italy. As time went by, his political and artistic career continued to be a topic of interest both in Italy and internationally. Today, Cicciolina remains a fascinating figure who transcends her time in politics and adult films. Although her career in Italian politics was relatively short, Cicciolina left an indelible mark on Italian history and on the debate about sexuality, feminism, and politics. In many ways, her figure represents a turning point in how women can be perceived in politics and entertainment. Through her activism and work in film, Cicciolina changed the cultural landscape of her time and helped open a debate about sexuality and female liberation. His life and career demonstrate that a person can challenge social conventions and become a symbol of change. If you want to see other interesting stories, you can follow me on my YouTube channel, Frank Fernandez Historia,